Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another motivational episode. Every great achiever in history had a moment when they had to walk alone. They had to believe in themselves when no one else did. The truth is, people will always understand your vision, and that's okay, because it's your vision, not theirs. Doing it alone doesn't mean being lonely. It means being strong enough to trust yourself, push yourself, and keep going when no one is watching. It means waking up every day and deciding that you are enough. There will never be a perfect moment. If you're waiting for the right time, the right team, or the right conditions, you're only delaying your own success. The truth is, life doesn't hand out ideal opportunities. You create them. Too many people sit back, hoping for everything to align before they take action. But while they wait, time keeps moving and opportunities slip away. Doing it alone means understanding that the perfect moment is a myth. The world won't pause for you to feel ready. You have to move forward even when things aren't perfect, even when you're unsure, and even when you're scared. If you keep making excuses, you'll wake up years later wondering why you never started. But if you step forward now, even with uncertainty, you'll be miles ahead while others are still waiting. Think about the people who have achieved greatness. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't sit around hoping someone would come and push them. They started when no one believed in them. They worked when no one was watching. They took the first step alone, and that's what made all the difference. The most successful people understand that action creates momentum. The sooner you start, the sooner you grow, and the sooner you see results. Even if you fail, failure is still progress. It's a lesson learned, an experience gained, a step closer to success. But waiting, that gets you nothing. So stop overthinking, stop doubting, stop waiting for support, for the right mood, for everything to be easy. The only thing standing between you and your goals is your decision to start. Do it alone if you must, but do it now. Because the perfect moment isn't coming. You have to make this moment perfect. No one is going to hand you your dreams. No one is going to show up and tell you, now is the time. If you're waiting for someone to approve your ambitions, to validate your goals, or to give you a green light, you'll be waiting forever. The truth is, you don't need permission to chase what's already yours. Too often people hold back because they fear judgment. They worry about what others will think, whether they will succeed or if they are qualified enough to start. But here's the reality. The most successful people in the world didn't ask for permission. They didn't wait for a sign. They believed in themselves even when no one else did. They started when others doubted them, and they kept going when no one clapped for them. Doing it alone means taking control of your own path. It means understanding that your dreams belong to you, and no one else has the right to decide whether they are valid or achievable. If you have a vision, go after it. If you have a goal, work for it. If you have an idea, build it. The world is full of people who will question you, who will tell you that you can't, who will try to keep you in a box. Ignore them. Their doubts are not your limitations. Everything great ever created started with one person who refused to wait for approval. You have the power to start, to build, to grow without anyone say so. You don't need a crowd to cheer you on. You don't need a hand to hold. You just need the courage to take the first step. Do it alone if you must, but do it anyway. Everything you need to succeed is already inside you. You don't need someone to push you. You don't need outside validation, and you don't need to wait for the right circumstances. The strength, the resilience, and the drive, It's all within you. The problem is, most people don't believe it. They look for motivation from others, waiting for a sign, waiting for support. But real power doesn't come from outside sources. It comes from within. When you decide to do it alone, you unlock a version of yourself that you didn't even know existed. You stop relying on people to lift you up, and you start becoming your own source of strength. You learn that self-discipline is stronger than motivation, that action is more important than inspiration, and that your belief in yourself is the only approval you'll ever need. Think about this. Every great achievement in history started with one person who believed in themselves before anyone else did. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't ask for someone to walk the path with them. They simply trusted their own abilities, took the first step, and figured it out along the way. That's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. The ability to recognize that everything they need is already inside them. The moment you stop looking for external validation, you become unstoppable. You stop making excuses, and you start making progress. You stop doubting yourself, and you start acting with confidence. You stop waiting, and you start doing. The power is within you. It always has been. And when you embrace that, nothing can hold you back. Do it alone if you have to, but do it because you are more powerful than you think. Every great achiever in history had a moment when they had to walk alone. They didn't have a crowd cheering them on. They didn't have a guarantee of success. They had nothing but a vision and the determination to make it happen. That's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who only dream about it. The willingness to take the first step alone. When you look at the most successful people, you'll notice a pattern. They weren't always surrounded by support. Many of them were doubted, criticized, and even laughed at when they started, but they didn't let that stop them. They worked in silence. They sacrificed comfort. They stayed committed when no one believed in them, and because of that, they built something extraordinary. Doing it alone forces you to become stronger. It teaches you resilience, self-reliance, and an unstoppable mindset. You learn how to push through challenges without waiting for someone to help you. You develop the ability to trust yourself, make tough decisions, and keep going even when it's hard. That's why so many of the world's greatest leaders, inventors, and entrepreneurs started their journey alone. They understood that waiting for support would only slow them down. Most people hesitate to take action because they're afraid of being alone. But loneliness isn't the enemy. Inaction is. The truth is, if you keep moving forward, if you stay committed, people will eventually notice. The right supporters will come. The recognition will follow. But you have to be willing to start without it. So don't wait for approval. Don't wait for company. Start alone. Stay consistent. Keep believing. Because history proves one thing. The greatest success stories begin when someone has the courage to do it alone. No one is going to hand you a platform. No one is going to invite you to the front of the line and say, "Here's your chance." If you want to be seen, if you want to be heard, if you want to make an impact, you have to build your own stage. Too many people spend their lives waiting for an opportunity instead of creating one. They wait for someone to discover them, to recognize their talent, to open a door for them. But the truth is, the most successful people didn't wait. They built something from nothing. They put in the work when no one was watching. They created their own space, their own voice, and their own presence in the world. Doing it alone means not depending on anyone else to give you a platform. It means using whatever tools, skills, and resources you have right now to start. If no one is giving you an opportunity, create one. If no one is listening, speak louder. If no one is watching, keep going until they do. The internet, technology, and social media have eliminated all excuses. You don't need permission. You don't need connections. You just need to start. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't luck. It's effort. It's persistence. It's the decision to stop waiting and start building. Your dreams don't need validation. They need action. Your talent doesn't need approval. It needs consistency. So stop waiting for a stage that may never come. Create your own. Stand tall on it. Own your journey. Because when you build something of value, the world will take notice. Do it alone if you have to, but do it anyway. Talent means nothing without discipline. Motivation fades, but consistency keeps you moving forward. If you want to achieve something great, you have to be willing to show up every single day, whether you feel like it or not. That's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. It's not luck. It's not connections. It's the ability to stay disciplined and consistent even when no one is watching. Doing it alone requires an unshakable commitment to your goals. No one is going to remind you to wake up early, put in the work, or stay focused. No one will check if you're staying disciplined. That responsibility is yours. The people who build incredible things, who turn dreams into reality, are the ones who refuse to let excuses stop them. They don't rely on motivation because they know motivation is temporary. Instead, they build habits, routines, and systems that keep them on track. There will be days when you feel like quitting, days when progress seems slow, days when doubt creeps in. But those who succeed are the ones who push through anyway. They don't wait for the right mood to take action. They understand that success isn't about big dramatic moments. It's about the small, consistent efforts repeated every single day. Discipline is doing the work when you don't feel like it. Consistency is doing it again and again until the results come. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they lack patience. They give up too soon. But if you stay consistent, if you stay disciplined, success is inevitable. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop looking for shortcuts. Put in the work every day. Do it alone if you must, but do it. Because discipline and consistency always win. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. The world doesn't owe you a stage, but if you build your own, they will show up. If you keep pushing, they will notice. And even if they don't, so what? You'll know you did it, and that's what matters. Now go, chase that dream, build that future. Do it alone if you must, but do it anyway. Thank you.